Hello, this is my 1432 tiny boat build. I was asked to do a walkthrough of my boat, so here we go. I have a 62-pound thrust trolling motor, transom mount trolling motor mounted to the bow with a transom adapter. That also has an adapter. I put the auto boat so that I have remote control steering and spot lock and tracks. We'll get more into that later in maybe another video. Moving forward, I used a combination of aluminum and plywood. So let's go through the hatches real quick. This is the front hatch where I have my bow light and fire extinguisher. This is also where I just store a couple of things I don't mind getting wet, like some mandals, extra props, some rope, and this is the auto boat brain that operates the GPS on the auto boat. This is everything here is 1/16 aluminum. Most of the ideas for the lids were all taken from Michael Lopez from Tinyboatnation. This is the Gen 7 micro hatches. It's the lightest hatches I can make. Moving to the next one. If I don't show you a hatch, like a lid, the rest is going to be plywood blanks. This next one here is my tackle box. I use a tough tote that I just cut down and framed around it, and then just siliconed around to make this a watertight seal. Haven't had any issues with it yet. So, again, this is a blank. This is just wood filled with that pink insulation board to have some reserve buoyancy. This next one is where I have obviously my pedestal mount. It's the only hatch right now that has latches so that I can lock it. So in case I lean it, the lid doesn't open up on me. Here I have my seat stowed away, a folding net, a watertight toolbox, a little waterproof first aid kit, my stern light, and a rudder that I have to use right for now because I don't have an outboard. And this being a flat bottom, it just swings around a lot in the water. The fishtails really hard. The next one is another dry stow. This is my first time doing this, so there's no reason this support should have been this wide. I totally messed that up. I should have made it a lot shorter, a lot narrower, and I could be able to put latches here. So now I might have to put them here to not mess with these supports. I don't know. I might actually, now that I think about it, I might be able to cut this corner and not compromise the stability or the structure of this lid. So, but anyway, this is my dry stow. This is where I keep my life jackets, some sun covers, my GoPro, windbreaker, some water, just little knickknacks, paddywhacks. I'll probably be putting latches later. The floor pan, I use some old this grip stuff I kind of had laying around, anti-slip flooring, just to kind of give it some contrast, and I use scraps to just kind of fill the floor pan. There is a subfloor of foam, and then I laid a sheet of aluminum on top of that, and then put some of this excess leftover EVA foam. It does shrink, as you can tell, because you have to really butt it up together or just try to compensate for that shrinkage. There's a lot of imperfections in this. This is my first. I've never done this before in my life. I added 2 cup holders, one on each side, and there's one at the front too. I added later on, which I should have done first, because when I'm fishing off the bow, I have found myself walking all the way back there to get my water, and my wife's usually chilling back there. I don't like to just be all up in her business, so I added that up there. I also included a USB port, 2 USBs and a USB-C. Keep my GoPro batteries charging. I'll eventually get a YOLO tech stick. I have the wiring box. Right now, my batteries are currently charging. I had 3 batteries, but I just recently took one out because I'm picking up an outboard. I only got a 6 horsepower, nothing crazy. All I can afford right now. So I had a third battery here. I removed it. I might be selling it. I'm not sure, but there's no reason for it to be there. So now I have a 100 amp hour, 12 volt Power Queen Mini powering my trolling motor, and another 100 amp hours powering all my accessories, lights, USB charging, and my bilge pumps. I have 2 bilge pumps in this for now. I might add another one. All right, it's moving on. Close these. This is my stern light mount, my 2 bilge pumps, and this is where that rudder goes. I have this on here temporarily because it helps the boat track a lot better since it's a flat bottom. Once I get my outboard though, I'll be able to remove this and I'll be able to track just fine without having to use this. Unfinished, I'm aware. Oh yeah, my bilge pumps. I have 2 1100 gallon per hour pumps, more than enough to keep the water out of here. However, if I'm by myself because I'm so heavy, I have to shift to the back to have the water shift to the back with me so that the bilge pumps can suck all the water. I might be adding another bilge pump to the front right where the control box is so I don't, have any water accidentally pull up on me. It hasn't yet, but just in case, I like to have some redundancies and safety. Didn't know what to do with this one, so I just put a trash can, and you know what? It sure is useful. I'm glad I did this. Here's where I have the breaker for the trolling motor, as close as I could to the battery. And then the main goal here was to make this boat as serviceable as possible. I didn't use any pour foam because I didn't want anything sticking to an area where the rivets were, and I had to re-rivet this entire boat. This boat was a huge project. And, I learned a lot. But having an automotive background, I wanted to make sure that I would be able to rip into this as neatly as possible and be able to make modifications when needed. So all these extra panels that are wood are using nutset rivets, I believe that's what they're called, and stainless steel hardware to smoothly, easily, and cleanly remove these panels. Panels here, panels there. All of that is foam, full of foam in here, corners full of foam. So I got more than enough of reserve buoyancy to hopefully keep me afloat. And I've been in some pretty rough waters, even here in SoCal. And I've been doing pretty good. So this is just a quick walkthrough of my boat. Hope you guys like it. If you need more info, more details, I can, put links and forward whatever it is you guys request. Hopefully I can see you guys out there. Thanks for watching.